Okay. Oh, let's talk about this Planet of the Apes stuff. All right, so this just happened. So Planet of the Apes, Kingdom of Planet of the Apes is in theaters right now, and it's doing pretty well. Let me see if I can find the exact thing. Here it is. It's saying here, Kingdom of Planet of the Apes earns 6.6 in the domestic previews. This is the biggest ever for the franchise. So Apes right now is winning. People are interested, and right now we've kind of had like a steady box office this far in 2024. There's been like no huge heavy hitter other than Godzilla X Kong, but this has been looking to do some real serious numbers. So that's really awesome. And with this looking to be a success, and it's got good reviews, we're seeing what the future is for more. And oh my goodness, man, I was not expecting this. So they said here a 9-film saga is planned for the modern Planet of the Apes movies. We thought this is crazy ambitious, but here we are. We at movie 4. Okay, baby girl. So I first kind of freaked out when I saw that 9 movies. I thought that's what they meant with this new film. Like, this is movie 1, and we're about to get 8 more. But the statement clearly says here, we're now at movie 4. So they're counting the Matt Reeves trilogy as that planned 9-part series. So really, we have 5 more movies to go then. Holy guacamole. That means 2 more trilogies, including this one. I thought it was just going to be at least 1 more trilogy. 5 and 6, then we'll see if they do another one. They got plans for 2 more trilogies. Okay, we got to talk about this. So I'm going to keep it spoiler-free because the movie just literally came out right now. And the ending of this movie does set it up for where they could go. But I still want to talk about where they could maybe go for that 3rd trilogy, right? So if you've seen some of the older Planet of the Apes movies, which I actually haven't, so I don't even know why I'm talking out of my butt right now. I need to go back. I watched the first one, but I have not seen like Escape, Beneath, Battle. I need to do that someday. I know. I'm sorry. But one big element of those movies, it got pretty sci-fi-ish. At times, they would be time traveling. There was a movie, I think it's called Escape the Planet of the Apes, where the apes are in, ape times. They created a time machine, and they go back to when humans were ruling around, and there's a whole movie revolving around that. So far, we have not gotten to those sci-fi elements in this version. In fact, I would say this version is a lot more grounded, less sci-fi, more serious, right? At least that's the way Matt Reeves has built it up. There's no time travel. There's no like sci-fi laser guns and things like that. Could we see that eventually going with this universe, or is that taking it too far? Is like, we don't need time travel. Like, even in Rise, if you go back to Rise of Planet of the Apes, they set up the Charleston Heston movie, right? Because they had that part where, let me just see, Planet of the Apes astronauts. Because these movies that we're watching right now, they technically lead into the original movie. There was like an Easter egg in Rise of the Planet of the Apes where it was like, astronauts got lost in space. We can't find their aircraft. And it's supposed to be a hint to this version, which is the original movie that we're going to lead into and whatnot. So it feels like that's where we're headed in this series. And there's even hints of like astronaut stuff. And there's moments where the characters are looking into space. And there is, I don't want to spoil it, but there's like in the trailer, you see the ape is looking at through a telescope. And it's like really trying to set up and hint to you that space might become a larger part of this movie. They don't fully dive into it, but I got that from the movie. I'm so excited for where they could go with this. The way they're also doing this series right now is they how do I say it? They're treating the main characters of these movies like important historical figures in ape society, right? So the first trilogy was about Caesar, and you could say Caesar was like what? How would I even describe Caesar for the Planet of the Apes? But as like the original creator, you could almost say he was like what? The Adam and Eve of the apes, right? He's that important figure in history, the one who started it all and led the rebellion, right? Not to go too much into it here, but the new one, Noah, he's a historical figure for this new series, where what he does in this movie sets up an important thing for both apes and humans, where it makes you go, this guy could be the George Washington of the history in apes, right? So it feels like that's what they're doing. This trilogy will be about Noah, and the next trilogy could be about another historical figure in ape society, whether it's one that rules overall and does all this kind of stuff. So that's something that could happen. The other interesting thing that I had never thought about on where they could go in this universe that is true, how about we start including apes from other countries, right? If the entire planet is a Planet of the Apes, right? Well, where's them British apes? Where's the Asian apes? Where is the Hispanic apes? How about let's take some of this ape stuff and let's go into other countries. What are the apes like in Mexico? What are the apes like in London? Obviously, they're going to have accents and they're going to talk funny and be like, hey, yo, brother, the small planet and we the apes together strong. Would you like a biscuit? Australian apes would be cool too. Hey, mate, we could do something like that. Japanese samurai, dude. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. You have a journey where like Noah in the next movie has to go to Japan for some reason, and he comes across Japanese samurai apes with armors and swords. Dude, the potential for what you could do in this franchise is limitless and endless. Okay, there's so many cool stuff. So I think that's pretty funny. Like, yeah, let's do that. Let's explore the countries because there's been what now we're like 7, 8 movies into the franchise. We've only explored American apes. It's like it'd be cool to see what the other society and like the thing I also love about this is like these ape societies mirror kind of like like Native Americans or colonies. I think they took inspiration from that to see what they were doing. So why not take inspiration? They obviously apes in that area would take inspiration from the country they were in. Maybe not that much though. I mean, I didn't see these apes going to McDonald's and eating a Burger King burger, right? But there could be something there. It could be interesting and whatnot. I love that idea of like samurai apes. I'd never even thought about that. That'd be so cool. So we'll see where they go. But 9 movies, dude. I'm there for it. They are not bad right now. There are 4. All 4 of them are great movies. Until we have a bad one, I'll rethink this. But for right now, I want it. I want this series, man. I want this series. So we'll see how it goes. Night apes? Those could be the London apes, right? Because they would like go after they do kings and queens over there. So would they just mirror that? Night apes, dude. You guys are amazing. We could do all this Irish apes, Edgar apes. That's so funny. Oh, dude, apes on elephants, dude. We've so far seen apes on horses, dude. You go where are apes? Where are elephants? Like in Africa or in I don't think is there Egypt apes? But dude, can you imagine Caesar Noah one day goes and he's like elephants, dude. There's a moment in the movie where they encounter zebras, and Noah's like, I've never seen these things before. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'm curious where that goes, man. All right, let's move on now to what is next. Okay, we talked about that. All right, let's talk about some DCU updates, because James Gunn just gave us some